These are all ceramic tile. This is ceramic tile. This is ceramic tile. This is ceramic tile. All this tile behind me is ceramic tile. And if you're guessing ceramic tile, you're right. The point I'm trying to make here is ceramic tile comes in a lot of different shapes, sizes, colors, and designs. But with so many different options, what exactly is ceramic tile? That's what we're going to discuss in this video. Hey folks, I'm Hoy with Unglazed, and in this video, we're going to answer the question, what is ceramic tile? Simply put, ceramic tile is a type of surfacing unit made from clay and other raw materials that is then formed and fired using high heat. Here's a good way to think about it. Did you ever take an art class when you were a kid? If you did, you may have worked on a project like this. A piece of clay was formed and then fired in a kiln, and then in this case, glazed and refired. This is actually a bell pepper that I did in a high school art class that my dad still has in his office. Now obviously we're talking about different things here. The example I just showed you is a ceramic sculpture made in an art class, and all of these are ceramic tiles, but hopefully you can make the connection. They're both made from the same material, clay. They're both formed, and then they're both fired using high heat. Now that we have a general understanding of what ceramic tile is, let's talk about some of the methods used during manufacturing that make ceramic tile such a versatile category of flooring with a huge variety of design options. As we now know, a common trait that all ceramic tiles share is that it's made from clay and other raw materials. There's no set standard for the composition of materials used. However, some of the more common additives include feldspar, bentonite, and quartz. These additives are chemically transformed during the firing process, imparting specific properties into the finished product. We also know the materials need to be formed into a surfacing unit, usually one that is relatively thin in relation to its facial area. Two commonly used methods of forming a ceramic tile are the pressed and extrusion methods. And we learned that it has to be fired using high heat. Here, both the temperature and the amount of time used in the firing can vary during the manufacturing process. There's a lot of information to unpack when it comes to forming and firing, and we'll dive deeper into both those topics in another video. But what's important to note here is that they both contribute to the properties found in the final product. As long as those three criteria are met, it's made from clay, it was formed into a surfacing unit, and it's fired, it's safe to say you're dealing with ceramic tile. But there are a few more steps that can be included in the manufacturing process. Ceramic tiles can be glazed or unglazed. There are some emerging one-step processes in which the tile and glaze are fired at the same time. However, glazes are typically applied to tiles that have already been fired. The tiles are then fired again to set the glaze, and sometimes fired multiple times to set different color glazes, or even create elaborate patterns. Mechanical applications can also be applied to the fired ceramic tiles at the end of manufacturing. For example, machining can be used to polish the facial surface or give the tile a very refined, crisp edge. That's it for our video on ceramic tile. Thank you for joining us today, and be sure to check out some of our other videos where you can be sure we'll be talking tile.